Maya paced outside the cafe window long enough for the waiter inside to look concerned. People rushed past her on the busy sidewalk, students with backpacks, office workers venting into phones, a mother dragging two kids who were arguing over a muffin. Everyone seemed to have their own problems, but at least none of them were trying to hire a stranger to pretend to be their boyfriend. She sighed and rested her forehead briefly against the cool glass. Just pick someone. Anyone. It can't get worse than showing up alone. Of course, that wasn't true. It could get worse. Her uncle's dinner was never just a dinner, it was an event where every word she spoke would be measured, criticized, or dismissed. And after years of being told she needed to be more composed, more grown, more presentable, she just couldn't walk into that room by herself again. When she finally pushed open the cafe door, a warm wave of roasted coffee and waffle batter wrapped around her. Conversations hummed, espresso machines hissed, and somewhere in the corner a toddler was laughing loudly. Maya scanned the tables with growing desperation. Most people were typing on laptops or scrolling on their phones. Nobody seemed approachable. You're overthinking, she told herself. You just need someone decent. Kind-looking. Normal. Then she spotted him. Near the window, a man was cutting pancakes into tiny shapes for a little girl who sat beside him. The girl had her hair tied into bouncy pigtails and wore a shirt with a cartoon sunflower on it. Every time he cut a piece into a star or a heart, she squealed with delight, and he smiled, exhausted, yes, but with a gentleness so genuine it made Maya's breath slow a little. The man couldn't have been much older than her. He had warm eyes, slightly messy hair like he'd rushed to get here, and the posture of someone who'd learned to carry both responsibility and patience at the same time. A single dad, she guessed from the way he kept checking the little girl's hands for syrup and wiping them clean. Maya watched them for a moment longer. If she was going to choose anyone, someone who treated a kid with that much care seemed like a safer bet than a random stranger on his phone. Before she could chicken out, she approached the table. Excuse me, she said softly. The man looked up. His expression shifted from neutral to politely alert. The little girl stopped swinging her feet and stared at Maya with open curiosity. Maya cleared her throat. Hi. I'm sorry to interrupt your breakfast? Lunch? Whatever this is. Brunch, the man replied, his eyes cautious but not unfriendly. Can I help you? Maybe, she said. I mean, yes. Probably. I hope. He blinked, confused. She exhaled in one long, rushed breath. This is going to sound extremely strange, but I need help. And I can pay you. The cafe chatter seemed to quiet for a second, or maybe that was just her panicked brain imagining things. She wished the ground would open up and swallow her. The man frowned, puzzled. Pay me for, what exactly? Maya lowered her voice until it was barely above a whisper. To pretend. To act as my boyfriend. For a dinner. Just one night. Nothing inappropriate, I swear. The little girl's eyes widened. Boyfriend, she whispered loudly, as if sharing the most secret word in the world. Maya closed her eyes briefly in embarrassment. Look, I know this is weird, but I'm desperate. My family's having a formal dinner tonight. My uncle invited investors. And they always treat me like I'm still 12. If I show up alone, they'll just keep doing it. The man didn't laugh. He didn't look offended. He just listened. What's your name? He finally asked. Maya. I'm Alex, he said, tapping his chest. Then he nodded toward the child. And this is my daughter, Lila. Lila waved with a hand still sticky from syrup. Maya forced a shaky smile. Hi, Lila. Lila whispered to her dad, not quietly at all, she looks sad. Maya blinked. She hadn't realized her face betrayed that much. Alex gave Lila a playful, gentle look as if saying we don't announce people's emotions out loud, then turned back to Maya. You're serious about paying someone to do this? He asked. Yes, she said. I know how ridiculous it sounds. But I need someone who looks reliable, responsible, and not chaotic. Alex raised an eyebrow. And you thought I seemed responsible? Maya gestured awkwardly toward Lila. You're doing pancake art. And wiping syrup off her face. And you look tired in a way that only responsible people look. To her surprise, Alex actually laughed. Lila pointed at Maya. She's funny. Maya felt her cheeks warm. She hadn't heard genuine laughter directed her way all week. Alex leaned back in his chair, studying Maya, not suspiciously, but thoughtfully. As if he wasn't deciding whether she was lying, but whether she needed compassion more than she needed a fake date. Can I ask something? He said. Sure. Do you really think showing up with a stranger is going to make your family respect you more? She winced. Honestly? Maybe not. But it will stop the comments. And the pity. And the lectures about how I'm not progressing at the right pace. Ah, he said softly. So it's not about impressing them. It's about getting them off your back. Exactly. Alex looked at Lila, who was now stacking sugar packets into a crooked tower. He gently moved the packets before the tower toppled. Then he looked at Maya again. I'm not taking your money, he said. She froze. You're refusing? I'm refusing the money, he corrected. Not necessarily the help. But you don't even know me. Then sit, he said, nodding to the empty seat across from them. Let's fix that part first. Maya hesitated, every instinct screaming that she shouldn't impose, that she was overstepping, that this was too much to ask of a stranger. But something about Alex, his steadiness, his patience, the way he didn't rush her or judge her, quieted those fears. She slowly pulled out the chair and sat down. Lila grinned at her. Do you want pancake stars? Daddy makes good ones. Maya felt a tiny laugh escape her, tired, but real. I would love one. Alex slid a fresh star-shaped piece onto her plate. Start from the beginning, he said. Tell me why this dinner matters so much. And for the first time all day, Maya felt the tightness in her chest begin to loosen.